Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Check 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 1, 2, 3. There we go. I don't know why it's being weird like that, but anyway, hello, ladies and gentlemen, all those in between. Welcome back to Spark923 Gaming. I am your host, Spark923, aka Firehawk5150, aka Lucas, and we are back in Spirit of the North 2, where we have found a stick of power, a staff, and we are trying to find said location to where it goes. The bad news is, I don't really know where it goes. The good news is we happen to be right at the area where it's supposed to go. So, so I kind of know where it goes, kind of don't know where it goes. So yeah, we're on the right path. My instincts were correct when I originally tried. So yes. All right, there we go. Alrighty. So we're gonna go ahead and get through this here. So, as far as our schedule goes, Thursday we'll be back in Helldivers 2, where we have access to the portable Hellbomb backpack. That will be interesting because Clay really wants to see what happens with that. And then Saturday we'll be back working on the Gojulus project once again. We're getting close to the end on that. We're going to be working on the legs. The legs are going to be a big part, so... And it may be one of those ones where there will be duplicates that have to be done, and if I can only get like one done during the thing, I'll work the other duplicate up to the same level as the first part, and then stop and wait till we start up again to do that. As far as everything else goes, we're at 148, 47... followers, so we need 2 or 3 more follows to get us to our 150 follower goal, which would be amazing. Which would be amazing. And sorry, I have a bandage under here I'm trying to fix. I lost my train of thought. Like to hit 150 by the end of the year. I'd like to hit 200 by the end of the year if possible, but I don't think that's going to ever happen. So, 150 will have to do. So, tell your friends, have them suggest the videos, have them bring their friends in, even if they don't like this kind of stuff, and just have them like, and they will attract the people who want to come and see these videos. And if you really want to help us out, hit that subscribe button, because not only does it get rid of those pesky ads for you, but it helps us out with server fees, maintenance fees, groceries, and diapers for little baby Bray. Believe me, with prices skyrocketing, with crazy guy running our country at the moment, we need all the help we can get. So we greatly appreciate anything you guys can do to help out. And with that, I've got nothing much else to say, so we're going to go ahead and get on into the game. Here we go. There we are. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One, two. All right, there we go. We have sync. Syncopated style. Here we go, my dear. Oh, Brand Foxy. Fazwa. Oh, Fozzie. Finnegan Fox. Ruby Fox. Oh, we'll go back to our original till we get the good color that we need. Okay, so I am actually in the right place. Okay, so we did good there. So I need a crown and a pot by the look of it. Okay. Wow, broke all those pots and nothing came out of them. That's a little disappointing. There we go. Rage room. I almost thought I was gonna fall to my death there. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, hello. Kitsune. Oh, it's close. If it was just pure white, that would have done it. What color eyes do we have? Let's rock this for a little bit and see. Oh, I've got papers. Hello, you.
Yes. Daddy, it's nighttime.
Yes, it is.
It's bedtime. Nighttime is sleep time.
Is that what this is all about?
Yeah, he's sleeping.
Boop, boop, boop. You're being kind of a stinker, bud. And he just tooted. Okay, okay, okay. It's Bray. It's fine.
It's
It's
okay,
fine.
buddy. You
It's
can go
fine.
night nights.
You
Night
can
night.
go. Daddy just wanted to see you before bedtime.
Yeah, say night night,
Night,
everybody.
night. Don't
Night
forget to
night,
check that
daddy.
diaper.
Yeah.
Think he might have made a surprise.
Oh, a surprise for mommy?
Oh no. This might be a spirit fox thing where my body stays there and I jump from that to that to that. Oh. Oh. Gotcha. Oh, little baby Bray. Oh, okay. So I already used that skill point. That's fine. Okay, okay, let's see. Try this again. Okay. That would have been great if I could have done that. Sorry I keep checking the map so much. I am desperately trying to make sure that I'm doing this right. Okay. City of Mosswood. Ah, okay. Okay, so I can't get back. Oh, right, that's fine. Oh, well, that just. Okay. Well, that was a bit of a bust. Carry on! Oh, okay. Well, that's something too. Ah, this is where the pot is. Same thing. Okay. I think we're either going to learn our spirit magic or our spirit dash or something in this one. Perfect. Oh, right there. Okay, just took me a minute. Yes. Oh, that means that that one spot that I found with... Yeah, I should have had fire there. Ah, another red herring hole. That helps. Fire. I bring the flame. Fire. There's like this tiny story in my head going on. The box is so heavy, must pull, use as weight. Huggin, you're in the way. Yes. Go. It's the lantern. The lantern. Okay, let's see if we can find that other part. How's my week going? My week's going okay. I'm a little tired, but I'm good. Um, I'm dealing with a lot of stuff at work at the moment. Not the stuff that's been going on. That's been squared away. Uh, and yes, I have stopped beating myself up over the situation, so no need to worry about that. I'm more now just dealing with uh, people that don't want to do their jobs. Trying to convince their bosses to actually put their foot down instead of just going, "Oh, it's fine. Oh, it's fine. Why don't you just do it?" My boss is really pushing uh, other departments to actually hold their folks accountable. So it's getting to be that way with a lot of things. And in all honesty, I'm kind of tired of people slacking off around me and pushing their work off on me. So, I mean, here's the thing: is that we have this one guy who he receives packages in, but to help him out, we decided to receive our stuff, which is stuff called RMAs. Uh, and I was completely fine with this. There's no issue or complaint. I mean, I learned the process, and that was all that. And but the thing is that I only deal with the RMAs. I don't receive anything else unless I'm inspecting receiving, and that's very few and far between. So, for me, um, I have a area where stuff is dropped off, and people can leave RMAs for me, and I will come and I will check them and get them received in, and then I will inspect them, see if they are customer complaint or customer feedback, and then I go from there. If it's a customer feedback, usually it's an item that's either broken to the point of which all I'm going to do is just say, yeah, it's broken and scrap it, or it is something that is being returned in good condition, and therefore I am just writing it back into our system. So, that in mind, we also get just regular returns back, nothing with an RMA. Now, my process requires something called an RMA number. Well, these numbers are generated by the customer or our customer service group, and then they will have it. They will tell the customer, you need to put this number on the box so that our quality person will know that this is something that they need to inspect and address, um, and so on and so forth. Oh, sorry. And so this guy who has been taking over from one person who honestly I thought did the job very, very well. Uh, he just drops everything that's returned at me. He doesn't investigate it. He doesn't see what the problem is. He doesn't go and ask customer service about it. He just throws it in front of me and doesn't say anything, doesn't tell me the information behind it or anything like that, doesn't ask me who he should go talk to. He just chucks it off on me and expects me to do it because his argument is, well, I've got all this stuff to do. I'm like, yeah, well, I've got tons of stuff to do as well. So, this whole, yeah, well, and I honestly think that our warehouse person, our warehouse manager plays favorites, and he is one of her favorites, and just gets away with everything. And I mean, I really don't like ever like accusing people of that, but when it comes down to it, the guy seems to get away with pretty much just dropping stuff off, not really checking into it, and not he should really be investigating some of these things that he gives me and at least doing his part because I can't receive things without a number and he can receive things without a number. So I don't know why he's skimping out on that for me to do his job. Ooh, a rune. Wisp Seeker rune. Ah, okay, so what do you look like on my oh, that's kind of neat. I can switch those out. That's awesome. We'll keep our current setup. Alright, first things first. Hugin, catch me. Alright, Hugin, let's get going. So, so because of it, there'll be big items that come in, and he won't ever address them, and he won't even tell me that they may possibly be something that I handle or anything like that. It just sits him there, and he starts taking up space. And then whenever the thing is that when I first met this guy, he seemed like a decent guy, and seemed just kind of quiet, soft spoken, and did his job and didn't want any bother by it. But I've seen him in several interactions with people that like rubbed him the wrong way, and he just tore into them like no tomorrow. So I'm afraid. I will literally say I'm afraid of asking this guy why he's doing this because I've seen him rip other people's heads off because they questioned what he was doing, and his boss doesn't call him out on it. And I mean, I find it a bit ridiculous that he can yell his head off and say, "You want to go? You want to go? You want to take this outside? We'll take this outside," and no one reprimands him for it. So I find it rather interesting that he practically gets away with threatening people, and nothing comes of it. And that's the thing is that our warehouse person really favors her team because I will say there is a policy when because I am forklift certified, and I will say that this warehouse lady really did not want me forklift certified, uh, mostly because she wanted to be in charge of everyone who could drive a forklift and so on and so forth. And the thing is that technically she would be in charge of me on a forklift because I have to follow their training program to become forklift certified. So I had to take her test and do her training and all that. And so, I mean, it's not like I didn't uh, follow the rules or anything like that. So, and I took the test, I passed, and all that. But there are times that sometimes people bump into stuff. People will catch something with the forks. People do things that kind of that you run into a rack or something like that. It's little accidents, and the thing is that if her crew does it, no one gets in trouble. But if anyone outside of her crew does it, they have to get drug tests, they have to get alcohol tests, they have to get all sorts of these things, and then they can't drive themselves home at all. And I found that to be the most ridiculous. Is like, wait a minute. So you're going to have us tested against? Well, number one, the company has a right to test you if they want to see if you were under the influence while operating heavy machinery. That is a safety thing. I can completely respect that and understand that. Why I don't get is if that. I mean, and I do kind of get the whole car thing, but you're also inconveniencing that person too, because not all of us have the money to afford an Uber. And I know that our company, I don't think the company ever provided anyone an Uber before, so they always said, find someone who lives close to you and have them drive you home. They've never provided an Uber or anything like that. I'm like, okay, so there was this one guy who, this was a whole situation. He, so let me put into context. A week before, one of the warehouse people crashed into the racks, denting one to the point at which the rack would have to be repaired. And this person did not get in any trouble. He just went on his merry way. And I mean, I even saw him hit the rack and then just leave the forklift and walk away, and then came back saying, I found the forklift like this and someone seemed to have run into the rack. And they're like, oh, well, okay. So I figured that if you make a mistake, it happens. Well, then a week after that, a buddy of mine's operating the forklift, and he clips a wire. He doesn't he doesn't like rip it off. It was one of those pieces of conduit that run from a ceiling to a roof, and it was shielding wire. He bumped it, didn't wreck it, didn't tear it, didn't sever it, bumped it. And a warehouse person ran to the other person and ran to the warehouse manager and said, hey, they just fucked up. And then, of course, everything's being squared up with the manager and all that. And they say, oh, it's good, it's fine. And then warehouse goes, no, it's not fine. It's not fine at all. Like, what do you mean it's not fine at all? Like, they were out there with HR just getting ready to just bring down the pain. And, like they need to have blood tests, they need to have this, they need to have that, they need to have this, and he can't drive home. I'm like, what? Like, nope, can't drive home. Like, you're kidding. Like, nope, not kidding. Can't drive home. So, and this is an older guy. I'm like, you seriously are going to do this to this guy. You're seriously going to make his life more difficult because you're so uptight about anyone else driving a forklift that you're going to make his life miserable. Wow, you are just pathetic. And I even said, I'm like, look, I'll drive you home if you need anything. Heck, I will even do this for you. I said, I pulled him aside. I'm like, look, I'll drive you home, and then we can drive back here later and pick up your car. And after work's done. And it's like, it's all right. Don't worry about it. And so he's like, I already got so-and-so helping me out. I'm like, okay, that's fine. And so I didn't pay much mind to it. So here's what happened to get around this, is that right after work, instead of driving the guy home, the other person took him and dropped him off at a restaurant nearby, and then he came back later and drove his truck home. And I was like, okay, that's brilliant. That's great. And then next day, of course, I get pulled into an office and say, do you know about this? I'm like, know about what? And they're like, did you know that so-and-so took so-and-so and dropped him off, and then he was allowed to drive home when he wasn't allowed to drive home? I'm like, are we really going... Is this really going to be a thing? And they're like, it's a safety thing. We have to... I'm like, look, I don't know what he did, and I'm going to tell you right now, I find it... And I even kind of tore into him a little bit. I'm like, look, Warehouse always has it out for us. Their people can wreck those forklifts till they're nothing but just steaming piles of steel, and they don't get in trouble. But if we so much as shift a pallet incorrectly, we have to get a drug test. We have to get a alcohol test. We have to give up we have to give up our privilege to drive, our earned privilege to drive, because of a tap. And she's like, I see. I'm like, they always do this to us. It is not fair, and I'm surprised you don't see it. And she's like, well, I could address this at a later time, but right now we need to... I'm like, I'm telling you right now, I don't know what went on. And I'm going to tell you right now, is that if he did it, if he did do something, he did it for a good reason. And I wouldn't hold too much against him on it, because in all honesty, he was helping out a friend if he did anything. And it's like, and they're like, so you're going to be difficult about this? I'm like, I'm not being difficult. I'm telling you, I don't know. Because I didn't know the full story at this time. So, and I'm like, I don't know. And I really don't want to know. Because as I said, these people are always on our case. We build the stuff, we bust our butt and stay overtime for grueling hours. They are, they are. It's not a matter of, for them. They all get to vote if they have overtime or not. We don't. We have to. So I don't see. This is back, of course, when I was working for Assembly in the job that I do. I'm quality control now, but I said, I'm like, look, this is stupid. It's just stupid that you're playing favorites, and of course I got a look like, you really think we're playing favorites? I'm like, yes, absolutely. I think you're playing favorites. Don't you? And then I sat down. I'm like, I'm going to tell you right now. Here's the truth about how this company works. Like, we build it. Your people in here sell it and make sure we build it and make sure that we have the equipment to build it right. They get us the parts. We put it together. And if we don't get it together, no one else here knows how to do it. He's like, okay. I'm like, and I'm also going to tell you right now that, oh, what the heck is that? Monstro. But, and then I said, I'm like, and then warehouse back there, all they have to do is shift stuff around and then just make sure that we have it shipped out. We have to make the deadline. They just have to make sure it's on the truck. Like, it's like, I think it might be more. I'm like, no, it's not. They shift the inventory around, and then if something new comes in, they have to make space for it. And if something comes back, they have to find spots for it and go through it. And then, and the long and short of it. And their only crunch time is the day that the thing needs to go out. Well, we get it done before that day. They will let things sit until, it's, like, until it's like maybe a day before it's supposed to ship out, and then someone will have moved the pallet that they had, and then they come out saying, hey, where's this pallet that we had? Like, you moved that already. Like, we weren't supposed to move it. It was supposed to be ready for, like, your people moved it. And they're like, well, we need this many. I'm like, they're somewhere in here. And then they're like, no, we need you to make 5 more now. Like, you are not getting that from us. So, ooh, here's some interesting things. All right, let's see how much we can crunch out of here. All right. I think I know where this goes. So, the long and short of it is, unfortunately, they ended up calling the guy who drove the guy home. Well, drove him and dropped him off and had him go get his own car. And they addressed it with him, and they apparently said, well, you can't do that. This is it. And the guy got furious, stormed out of HR, and quit. He pretty much just said, I'm done. And he's like, this is ridiculous. You guys are way too harsh on people. And I think if he had kept his cool and did what I did, it would have. He probably wouldn't have had to have quit. And uh, but there again, that kind of was one of the starting points that kind of led to me becoming part of Quality. So, um, I mean, the guy was a good guy. Him and I liked the same music and stuff like that. Funny enough, he's kind of an old rock and roll kind of guy. He liked Van Halen, Sammy Hagar, that kind of stuff, and I love that kind of stuff too. But I was also really getting into like different types of music during that time. I was kind of experimenting with what I was listening to, and I was recently getting into Vocaloids, and he kind of saw me listening to some Hatsune Miku, and he's like, "What's that?" I'm like, it's probably a little young for you. He's like, "No, no, no, I'm interested. What is it?" And I'm like, "Oh, this is called a Vocaloid," and he's like, "Oh, okay, okay. What's that?" He's like, "I've heard of," and he knew what the term came from. He's like, "I've heard of synthesizers called Vocaloids." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, that's what it's based off of." He's like, "Oh, okay, that's cool, that's cool." And so I actually sat there and we uh, listened to a song and saw. I showed him a live performance of how they generate this character to perform, even though all of her music's digitized. Her voice is pulled from several voices and stuff like that, uh, and how they display her as a performing artist. And he's like, "That is amazing." And the next day he came back and he's like, "Did you know that there's like 7 of these Vocaloids out there?" I'm like, there's a lot, yeah. Like there's like 2 big companies too that produce these things. And he was like listening to him. I think he ended up like really liking one called Luca, uh, which is one of the Vocaloids that Hatsune Miku runs with, from the same company. Uh, so that was pretty neat that he saw that, and was just a real cool guy about it. And yeah, uh, oh, I want to get back here so I can use that. Okay, I know where I'm going. I know where I'm going. Let's do it. But yeah, and I showed him like the performances and all that. He's like, "This is like a full-on rock show," and I'm like, and he's like, and these are, and he like talked about the musicians. Like, these are musicians that are loving this. They get to perform. They interact with the character. The character interacts with them. It is like a actual band and performing team. And he's like, "That is amazing." I'm like, I'm like, it stunned me with how it goes. And I'm like, and I told him like the rumor that I heard about how Hatsune Miku was presented to a company, because like people were like, no one would ever listen to a computer make music and stuff like that. And uh, they ended up playing I'm thinking Miku in a sound booth. Now this is all just something I heard. I do not know if this is a true story or not, so don't at me on this. But I found it very interesting that I just found it very interesting that that because the story I read, they're like, so they end up hearing the singing coming from the booth, and the like big like the head honchos are like, what is that voice? Who's that voice? It's like it sounds amazing, and uh, ended up bursting into the booth like right as the song. The guy ended up like stalling them enough to wait till the song was almost over, and then they turned on the lights inside the booth, and there was no one there. And the guys are like, "What was that?" It's like, "That was Miku." And it's like, "Who's Miku?" And he like showed a picture of the character and all that. He's like, "This is Miku." And like, oh, that is cool. Now, again, I do not know if that story is true at all, uh, but I found it very interesting that someone would go through such an elaborate scheme to present their work by pretty much like gaslighting their boss into thinking there was actually like someone there. It sounds like something I would do, honestly, but and of all the Vocaloids, Miku is my favorite. I mean, some of her stuff is like got a real good beat to it. It's got a real good rhythm, and I think Zinbon Sakura is my personal favorite. Just the intensity of that song is uh, very good, and I think I also heard it by famous violinist. I forgot her name. I forgot her name. Shoot. Very famous performing violinist. Just, I can't remember her name. My friend's gonna kill me for not remembering. Lindsay. Is it Lindsay? Dancing violins. Lindsay Sterling. Okay. I knew it was. Hey, I got Lindsay right. That's right. Lindsay Sterling. Yeah, I heard her play a variant of Sinbon Sakura as well. Because I was a huge fan of Ruby, and people were making all these Ruby animations before copyright like crushed this guy who did all these animations. Uh, and he did one where Winter was playing the violin, and they were performing Sinbon Sakura. Uh, and I thought that was like awesome. And then I saw Lindsay Sterling actually doing it, and I was like, oh, so this is where it came from and all that. So I thought it was, honestly, at first I thought it was like an anime song or something like that. Then I found out it was by Miku and that there were words. And so, yeah, it was a thing. So, but as far as my wife goes, though, she's not really a fan of the whole vocal. Well, she finds their designs interesting, but as far as like their voices, she kind of has a intolerance for like very high pitched sounds, and Miku hits a few notes that are like painful to her. So she's not really a huge fan of them. She doesn't hate them. She'll listen to it if I'm listening to it, but if it gets to a certain point, she'll be like, "Hey, can you just turn that down? That actually kind of hurts." And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." So, I love you. Today happens to be our 8th wedding anniversary. We were married in 17, and it's 25. Yeah, 8th. It's our 8th wedding anniversary. Uh, we've been together much longer. We've been together like since 2010, I think. No, we've been together for I think like 17, 18 years dating wise. I could be wrong. We've known each other for a long time, and uh, I put in a lot of work for the relationship, and so did she. But yeah, happy, got a kid, so she still tolerates me for some reason. Don't know why. Ah, went the wrong way. And that frack go around. I will be in Helldivers after this, just getting my dailies. So yes, I'm aware that there have been server issues. I do not know when they'll be fixed. I am trusting Arrowhead to take care of their stuff. They have a small team, and you have to consider that into what they have to handle. Whew. They're having to deal with a lot, so I would appreciate anyone who's giving Arrowhead hell right now about the servers. Back off. You may be the customer, and there's that whole customer's always right BS, which I think needs an asterisk, and then because customer's always right to a point until they're being abusive and pompous and privileged. Then you just gotta say, you know what, suck it up, Buttercup. Thieves' demise. I see, it's just a waterfall. Unless that's a cave up there. Bend me, break me, make me a Superman. All right. Oh, that's beautiful. Ah, there's the thief. That's why it's called Thieves' Demise. Okay. All right, how close are we to what we're looking for? Right there. Okay. Renferinkus. If I'm right over it, I hate you. It's another grotto. Yeah. Alright, alright. Hello. Wait a minute. Alright. You don't have anything. I have to be thorough. There are pots. Ooh. Okay. So just a reminder, guys, don't forget to check out all of our videos at Spartan923 Gaming VODS at YouTube. All of our videos since day one, 2 years ago, over 2 years ago now, 2 years ago, is there. Everything since day one. From my crappiest movie videos to my somewhat decent videos. They are all there. Don't forget to drop a like, follow, and subscribe to that. Looks like we got a little bit of drifting going on with this. No, it has been doing that in Helldivers. That's interesting. Missed it by a freaking country mile. Tweetop Village. Village of Tweez. Alright, we'll explore Treetop Village and then we're going to call it. Thank you. I guess I could die here. It's kind of disappointing when your treetop village has nothing in the treetops. There it is. Ooh, it's an eye color. That's neat. All right, so All right. Words of memory. Huggins freaking out. All right, so I think being on this island should be fair. All right, and so with that, guys, we're gonna call it here. Our Foxy is looking very cute. Um, Fox is looking very cute. So, but anyway, um, as far as our schedule goes, we will be in Helldivers 2 on Thursday, testing out some of our new equipment again. And then Saturday we'll be working on the Gojulus model, starting on the legs and getting close to wrapping up that model and about ready to start on a new one. Um, as far as anything else goes at this point, oh, I will say next week Tuesday. Next week Tuesday, I am going in for a medical procedure on Monday. What it is my business and my decision. So, uh, do what you want with that. But I have it's a pretty routine thing. I wouldn't say I'm still not nervous about it, but it's a pretty routine procedure. I'll be in and out same day, and then I need at least like a day to recover. So I will be doing that on Tuesday, and if I feel up to it, I'll stream. If I don't, I'm not gonna. So, uh, but I will let you guys know via YouTube posts or cancellation of the schedule on Twitch. So you'll know either way. Um, as far as the videos. This video should be up at 4:30 p.m. U.S. Central Time tomorrow. The other one should be up by now. If not later tonight, it will be. We are currently at 148 followers, 147 actually, if we want to look at it realistically, because one's apparently I have a bot. So let's look at it the true way here, and it is 147. I'm so sorry. So we need three more follows. Three more follows to get us to 150. If you get us to 150 before the end of the year, that'd be great. Still got a few months to get that done, so appreciate that. Helps get our videos recommended and suggested, so that's very helpful. But if you do actually want to help out the channel, I highly suggest hitting that subscribe button, because not only does it get rid of those ads, but it helps us out with server fees, maintenance fees, groceries, diapers for the little baby guy. It definitely helps us out a lot, so we appreciate that, especially in with what things are going on. It's kind of tough right now, so we appreciate any help we can get. So, but with that, guys, I have really nothing much else to say except remember to get out there, discover, explore, create, innovate. We'll see you here next time on Spartan 923 Gaming. Love you guys. Take it easy. Oh boy, I am beat. Time for democracy.